Hello everyone, and welcome to the exclusive demonstration of the DamPhi Enterprise Customer Intake System, the ultimate onboarding engine for premium web design. What sets this solution completely apart is that it's powered entirely by a localized, private Llama AI. That means zero external API dependencies, total data privacy, and absolutely no pay-per-use scaling fees. You can run this high-performance system infinitely, 24/7, without ever seeing an extra line item on your bill. Driving this seamless front-end experience is our proprietary, in-house AI specialist, DamPhi. DamPhi runs a surgically pre-programmed, AI-assisted consultation designed to capture the exact blueprint needed to build a high-converting website. As you can see, it intelligently guides the prospect through the essential discovery questions. Extracting the business name, market vertical, and brand identity. To make user adoption effortless, the client can either type their responses or simply speak them aloud using any standard microphone. The system does all the heavy lifting for you, conducting an automated, highly engaging discovery dialogue on your behalf. It dynamically interacts with the client to uncover their exact business goals, aesthetic preferences, target audience feedback, marketing taglines, and crucially, their verified contact information. It is quite literally a zero-touch client acquisition funnel. I invite you to sit back and watch this intuitive AI-to-customer consultation unfold, featuring high-fidelity audio, generated by the exact same media ecosystem we use to build our websites. Or, if you're ready to see the technical output, you can skip right ahead to minute 15:28. Welcome back. And now we can see the finalization of the discovery phase between the client and our AI agent. And in just a moment, we'll be selecting our target prototype framework. In this scenario, we're going to deploy a code-to-template design. And once that selection is confirmed, the system advances directly to the staging layer. Right now, we're showcasing the diverse architectural templates available, matching the specific business use case to the ideal layout structure. For this particular execution, we've selected the Coda layout, saved the configuration, and as you will notice on the left panel, there are a few secondary data fields left unfulfilled. You can easily bypass this step and inject that data retroactively, or you can manually populate them right here on the left-hand console, since these parameters are fully dynamic, hot swappable, and modifiable. Now we navigate back into the Deploy New Site interface, initiate the Template Builder utility. And from this dashboard, you'll see exactly how we compile the assets. This example brings up a fresh demonstration, showcasing the immersive depth of our Parallax 3D visual engine. It remains one of our highest converting frameworks, and we'll initialize it here using the standard recommended configurations, though you can adjust them at will. The math behind this is incredible. With 9 baseline enterprise frameworks, 10 distinct design aesthetics, and 10 tailored typography profiles, you have 900 custom variations instantly ready for deployment. At this point, we can demonstrate the newly captured client queue and aid data rendering perfectly inside the live Parallax viewport. These responsive layouts are entirely interchangeable. Once you hold the core client profile data, you can instantaneously output any of the 9 master frameworks across all 10 styles and fonts, allowing your agency to rapidly scale production with 900 unique variations tailored to any market need. Moving back into the live environment, we are shifting to an entirely different layout architecture and visual profile. We will accept the default configuration parameters for this pass, while making a few rapid micro adjustments to the localized variables. Once you have made your selections that best suit your preferred tastes, a new site will be generated with the same data compiled at the beginning with the Q&A from the in-house AI system. Going back to the launcher, we will select the newly created site. Now you can see an entirely fresh website is rendered on screen with a completely unique look and feel. Instead of a single-page Parallax, we've instantly deployed a comprehensive 5-page corporate architecture. Naturally, if the client hasn't provided media assets yet, those can be batched directly from their creative team, along with minor operational details like a missing physical address or a localized email handle. These minor adjustments are incredibly simple to input without needing any programming expertise. We handle this via our integrated visual inspection tool, making post-deployment edits completely painless and seamless, which we are going to demonstrate across 2 separate Parallax environments right now. So now we're just displaying the site again, giving you a clear idea of what is located where. And right here we can see that the phone number is incorrect. The technician just highlights that phone number and asks the tool to change the field that's highlighted by dictating a change from N2. That's all that's needed, is just to write the command chain 514-555-0188 to a new phone number. And you'll watch the magic happen. You apply it, and the system will just make that change for you automatically. So there you have it on screen, 514-222-0188. And we'll perform this one more time to show you different areas and a different kind of text manipulation. And here is the built-in copy feature, so you don't have to actually type the whole thing through. Just press that, highlight it, and say change. You paste exactly what you want, and then you tell it to add that same text and just add a single word, remove a sentence, or change it all entirely if you will. And that's all there is to it, as easy as can be. Just a few clicks and you are done. Now we just injected a single word here, premium. So we have it rendering now as premium advertising instead of just the word advertising. And that's the standard flow for making quick modifications. For further information, please visit webstudio.damphi.com. There's another way of making modifications, which is something we're going to showcase now. So this is what's called packing and unpacking the website. So I'll select option number 5, the Parallax site that we just looked at, and click Pack a Site. What that means is it takes the entire site, the whole HTML coding, the CSS values, all of that, the namings of the files, the images, and what have you, and compresses it into a single text file. You could just as easily use our custom in-house AI, but in this demo I'm showing that you can use Claude, Gemini, or other models, as long as you have access to an AI. If you don't have a powerful GPU, or choose not to purchase the full DamPhi enterprise hardware and proprietary software package, and instead opt only for our web tools, you can still operate effectively using cloud-based AI services. Claude is an example here, and that's why I'm using Claude for this part. You just provide it with the entire website that comes compiled into that text file. So all those images, all those colors, sounds, and everything that's been designed gets uncoded into a flat text file, and you'll just ask it. In this case, I'm saying the second page doesn't have any content in it, and I would like to have some content added, and you could have a continuous dialogue with the AI asking it for some better wording. If you're not that creative with your wording, or you didn't finish a linguistics course, you can always have the AI give you good suggestions. And sometimes they actually give you a lot better suggestions than you would think of on your own. And this is the exact example that I'm having here, providing the AI the feedback of what you preferred as the text, simply stating I like this strategy that you selected for me, and we will use this. We'll take what the Claude AI provided, and I ask it now to give me the same file but as an over-the-air patch. So it's not going to attempt to rewrite the entire massive website, and then you need to try to piece things together manually. It's just going to give you the OTA patch file, which is just the precise code that needs to be injected into a certain area of the text file, which ends up being a certain area of the whole website. It sounds a little complicated under the hood, but it's not complicated to use at all. Then you need to download the file, put it into its corresponding project folder, and once it's sitting there, you just go on to the next step and unpack the site, which is going to be shown next here. So number 3 on the menu is Apply Patches, which is the unpack function, and you just provide the file path, and it's usually the default path. But if you have multiple files, if you have an OTA 1 or 2, you can specify it manually. So there you have it. Apply the changes and just proceed directly to the next step. Promoting to a live page is something that you'll do at the very end once you're completely finished with your checks. So we don't need to execute that right now. And now we can see live data appearing in page 2, whereas before it was just a blank page. And it is not more difficult than that. You have designed a fully custom, fully functional web page with just a few clicks of the mouse, customer interaction, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. Have yourself a very good day.